James Kaufman, World News Report today, July 29th, 2025. God bless you and yours. No matter where you are in the world, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that we have yet another 6.6 magnitude earthquake that has just popped off in the Fiji-Tonga area, the north part of Zealandia that we talked about on today's earlier video. And ladies and gentlemen, this has an associated tsunami warning. Look at the depth of this thing, 553 kilometers of depth. Of course, the shake map is a 2, i.e. no one lives in this area. There are at least 3 volcanoes currently active in this area, and this quake popped off either right at the end of one of the plate tectonic boundaries that's not complete, or in between 2 of them. We will get some detailed information. Jumping over to volcanosandearthquakes.com, you can see that big quake here. It looks like, again, it is between these 2 volcanoes on the right here, which would be Tofu and Home Reef, that are going off, and this volcano here, Matthew Island volcano. We've got a 6.6 here. The main source of data is going to be the USGS. They came in at 553 kilometers of depth, so we can expect more activity there. This is the northern half of Zealandia, the 8th continent that's rising. That is correct. Looks like the Germans came in at a 6.0, quite a difference. And the French came in at a 5.8, a very, very big difference between that and a 6.6 magnitude earthquake. Let's get some detailed information on this quake and find out what some of the other agencies think about it. Right, we have a very strong magnitude 6.6 earthquake just south of the Fiji Islands. I would like to say that it is now Wednesday, July 30th in this area of the world. We, of course, now are at volcanodiscovery.com. You can see that the main agency reporting on this is the USGS. A 6.6 magnitude up here, 553 kilometers of depth, and 7.5 atomic bombs worth of energy were released. We should expect more earthquakes tomorrow into the next day, if not tonight, in this area. Now, we had a watch date of the 30th and 31st, so it looks like we completely nailed it. Comparing earthquake data from different reporting agencies, starting out with the USGS, this is the first time I've ever seen all the agencies come up with a depth. I mean the very first time. No one came up with a default depth, and there's no asterisks below this information. So, USGS, a 6.6, 553 kilometers, or 344 miles into the Earth. The Germans, a 6.0, 551 kilometers, all so close together. We have the French coming in at a 5.85. Very, very weak compared to a 6.6, coming in at 526 kilometers. We have the Indonesians coming in at a 5.7, even weaker, and that's actually going to be at 544 kilometers. We have Raspberry Shake coming in at a 6.3, 551 kilometers. We have the Europeans following the USGS, following suit, a 6.6 at 553 kilometers. We have the Incorporated Research Institution for Seismology coming in at a 6.6, also following the USGS as normal. Then we have the Italians coming in at a 6.3, 556 kilometers of depth. And finally, the Australians coming in at a 6.6, 542 kilometers in depth. So we have a great consensus on the depth. We'll say very deep, around 345 miles in depth. And it looks like this was a 6.6 magnitude earthquake, all in all. Now, we did have a tsunami warning, so I did jump over to the National Data Buoy Center. We have a buoy in event mode, but it's nowhere near the action that we just saw down here. It's up near Anchorage, Alaska. It's buoy station 46410. We see a lot of activity out of that station. And we can see a couple of events there. We'll get some details on those events. Just FYI, I did in fact check in that area for any sizable earthquake activity, and there was nothing going on. And our event here is going to be just minute. This event right here is this on the water table, and we're talking about an inch. So very, very small event, far from a tsunami. Very strange that that buoy is in event mode. So to summarize, we've had a magnitude 6.6 earthquake with associated tsunami warning at 553 kilometers, or about 345 feet in depth. Very, very deep, in between active volcanoes and actually in between two plate tectonic boundaries that will eventually come together. Again, that's why we're seeing the earthquake there. Now, this also released 7.5 atomic bombs worth of energy. And with that said, we're still seeing aftershocks of that very large 6.9, 7.1, whatever you'd like to call it. And it looks like thus far we have about 9 aftershocks. We actually just saw one, i.e. the very latest quake right there of 4.5. So tons of action in the eastern ring of fire, and, well, a lot of small quakes up and down North America's west coast. God bless. Please share, please subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world. God bless.